Hey guys, Nick Campanella here with Taylor Timepieces. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about something really interesting as the holidays roll around, and that is going to be how to travel with your watches. I know that, during December, a lot of traveling happens, nationally and internationally. So it's important that, we kind of learn how to properly store and keep watch of our pieces as we move throughout and visit our friends and family throughout this holiday. So it's going to be a quick one, but I think it is probably one of the most important ones that you have, because at the end of the day, losing those pieces, there were several thousands of dollars, several hundreds of dollars, even in some cases several hundreds of thousands of dollars. You want to make sure that you are storing them correctly and transporting them correctly and with minimal risk. So to start, I mean, one of the things that we use all the time is this watch roll. So this watch roll that we have here, we just have our three random pieces that we have, that I just put in the watch roll just for the sake of the video. And the one thing that I find really interesting about this watch roll is, not only the fact that it holds three pieces, which I think is the proper amount when you are traveling. Usually, for me, I keep three pieces at all times when traveling, and that is always one on the wrist, whatever I'm traveling with that day. Then you have two more. I usually keep one dress watch and then one like sporty kind of gym watch, because I do try to go to the gym. I know it doesn't look like it always, but just to always have something. And the dress watch, of course, is if I'm out with friends or family, and I want to dress it up a little bit. Now, I'm usually always in a suit, but it's just something I like to keep in mind. So what I like specifically about this watch roll, and this watch roll is actually from Operandi Firenze, and what I really like about this one is it's magnetic, so they stick. And to me, it provides a little bit more security. Let me show that to you. It provides a little bit more security than perhaps just having these that are buttons. There are a lot that are just buttons and you snap them and they are snap buttons, but these magnets are really helpful because they help to kind of stick them in place. I mean, if I put this up this way, you'll see that there isn't, it can move, it can kind of jostle around in the suitcase, in your bag, and it doesn't really move out of place. And I think that's important. Now, when it comes to, how I pack the pieces, I always pack them between, two articles of clothing. It's either a jacket or a shirt or a pair of pants. The reason I do that is because you have that one, bottom layer of clothing that will help to cushion the pieces should they jostle around, and you have that other top layer of clothing that will help also cushion the pieces, but also acts kind of as a deterrent from anybody who will come and accidentally open up your bag and maybe see something that you don't want them to see. So that's like all these TSA agents that will go and say, hey, I need to open up your bag, I need to look at something, and they'll look at it and maybe they're jostling around. The last thing that you want them to see is a bunch of expensive watches that they can just kind of take a peek at, and who knows? I mean, there are some great people in the world, but there also are some people with some negative intentions. So just to kind of act as a deterrent, I always pack this three watch roll in between two layers of clothing, one on the top, one on the bottom. Now, I don't know how it is in other countries. My parents are from Italy, but in America, you're allowed to go through the TSA process with keeping your watch on. And I really like that because obviously, anytime you spend away from your watch, you risk, more loss, more damage, more theft. And, if anyone ever asked you to take off your watch, you could just say no, and then they just give you a private screening. I did have one situation, not too recently, I'd say maybe about a year ago, where, the watch was on my wrist and the gentleman told me to, take my watch off and so that he could take a look at it. And he said the reason was because the watch was not moving. Now, I was in a rush. I didn't set the watch for the correct time. And he was just like, hey, why is this set for the incorrect time? What's going on? Why is this watch not accurate? Now, Of course, my reasoning was, hey, I'm lazy and I was in a rush, blah, blah, blah. But of course, they might have some other supplemental reasons as to why they have some concerns in regards to your watch. Another thing that I keep in mind when it comes to traveling is where I'm traveling to. I mean, most places in America, for the most part, without naming any names, are pretty safe to carry your watch around. And there's some international places I would just not carry my watch around to. I mean, we were in Armenia. I have some people I'm pretty close with in Armenia. That it's a beautiful country, but that is probably a place that I would not carry an expensive watch. That's something, maybe I have my $200 or $300 watch that I wear on a regular basis. Um, we also have, situations like, I know people talk about this all the time. In Italy, you have, people that have to deal with petty theft. There are a lot of gypsies, and that's kind of the mindset there. I mean, my family's from Italy, and just to go, I mean, I've spoken to cousins that'll say, hey, I lost my phone. Hey, I lost my wallet. Hey, something was taken from me. So you never want to put yourself in that situation where you can be robbed. Of course, I mean, they talk about this all the time, that no matter where you are, it could be the most comfortable and safest place in the world. And how you present yourself and how you walk around is going to attract attention. So you want to make sure that you don't attract the wrong amount of attention. My go-to for that is if I'm wearing a watch and maybe I have to take public transit, the watch always goes in my inside pocket. And the reason it goes in my inside pocket is because if someone's going to steal the watch from me, it's going to be very hard to take off my jacket and reach in my inside pocket. Now, as for me, I always wear a suit jacket or some sort of sport coat or coat with an inside jacket if it's cold. And I keep it off my wrists. Another thing too is you got to keep in mind the area that you're in. If you're in a lower income area, I hate to say it, and I don't want to attract the wrong amount of attention to this channel, but walking around maybe 1-2 o'clock in the morning with a gold Patek on, or a platinum AP is probably not your best bet. So keep in mind the time of day that you are walking around, and you have the watch on your wrist. So for me, that's kind of like, hey, if I'm traveling, maybe I will put the watch in my inside pocket until I get to my location, and then I get to a nice dinner and I take out my dress watch. Or hey, maybe I'm walking to the gym, and maybe if I'm in a hotel and the gym is not the safest place, maybe I can, or rather not the safest place, you don't know who you're going to meet at the gym, at a hotel. At least at your personal gym, you kind of know some people if you've been going for a while. But just in general, that's something where I might wear a G-Shock, or I might wear something a little bit more casual, maybe a Casio Oak, or maybe a Omega Swatch, something that I don't mind losing. That's something, if I go to Mexico, or if I go to, these other, countries that maybe don't have the best reputation, that's something. Maybe I'll bring a Seiko, I bring a Prospex or something. As far as, hiding my watches once I get to my location, that's, if it's a hotel, if it's, I would say, anything under $5,000, you can put it in the hotel safe, depending on, how fancy and swanky the hotel is. What I have found in recent years is a lot of hotel staff have something in the lobby where you can just go and, ask them to put their watch, or ask them to put your watch rather, in that safe. And it's inconvenient. I mean, I'm not going to lie, but I would rather have to go to somebody who, has my watch in their main safe in the lobby. That's a much more secure safe than, having to lose that watch because I went to Vegas and I got too drunk, or I went to Bermuda and I got, sleepy by the pool and took a nap, and when I woke up, the watch was gone. I think that's something that a lot of people need to, take into account. And, it's a quick video, and I hope that everybody during this holiday season has a safe and fun holiday. And, I would just say keep an eye out and be vigilant, and make sure that you are doing the right things. And of course, don't go looking for trouble, and you should be just fine. Um, so thanks, guys. If you liked this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, give it a like. If you are coming from us, from the Explore page, please give us a follow. We are a new channel, and we are learning and growing in this YouTube game. But the reason why I do a lot of this stuff is so that you have a little bit of knowledge, and you can see that there is a face behind the camera that is Taylor Timepieces. And we appreciate you, and then we hope, like we said, you have a great holiday. Thanks. Bye-bye.